I don't know. I mean, maybe you get the sympathy from the vote from the company and be like, oh gosh, we gotta hire you now. Used to agree with that thinking, but you also don't like being cold. Yeah, I mean, it was actually nice. Well, I don't know what Stuart thinks. I enjoyed the cold and snowy weather in Massachusetts while we were there, but I don't think I could have taken another couple months of it. I think I've become a bit more of a wimp in that regard. I used to love the snow and the really cold weather, but I don't know.
I enjoyed it a little bit while I was there, but you definitely acclimate.
Yes.
It was funny, though, because I was really worried about running out of long-sleeve shirts. So the first day I was up there, I flew up wearing a short-sleeve t-shirt and then just had a hoodie on. And then when I got to the airport, I put, like, a big long-sleeve rain jacket over my hoodie. Yeah. So I had, like, 3 layers, but, like, bottom layer is pretty small. And when I got to your parents' place, they were like, Stuart, take off your jacket. And I'm like, this is a hoodie, it's not a jacket. They're like, it's fine, relax. And then I like took it off and they're like, oh my god, you're wearing a short sleeve shirt in December. And they were like, is your partner okay, Andrew? And then like the next day I came down in a long sleeve shirt. But like, I was only going to be there for about 3 hours before completely falling asleep. And so I'm like, I don't want to burn a long sleeve shirt in these next 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I like had miscounted the days or something and flew home with 2 completely untouched long sleeve shirts.
You can't touch for a garlic rev? I didn't know that actually. That's so. Do you not use garlic? Do you just use gloves or?
I think Rev can do cooked garlic, if I recall.
Oh right, I think I remember that too. Okay, so let's get the broccoli seasoned up, and then we can get all this stuff in the oven. The fun thing is that the manager is your former manager at your old job. That's awesome. That's good having that kind of someone who knows how good of a hire you are, you know?
Yeah, you sound like a shoo-in, whatever that means.
Means you have a shoe in something. You actually touched raw garlic to your lips and they went numb. Oh goodness. So you're able to negotiate a phone interview with him tomorrow instead of a virtual interview. Nice. You can have cooked in moderation. Alums are still bad because of nickel. Ah, not just your pollen allergy. Okay. Oh, you still work your old job, right? I remember you talking about that, yeah. I'm glad you're able to get that arranged, yeah.
I shouldn't be saying this on Twitch, but we're all friends here. No, like...
We are?
No, I'm joking. Like, 8 years ago, a long while ago, I had a manager who was a pretty nice gentleman, very nice gentleman. And he was like, hey, our entire organization is getting shut down and everybody's being cast to the winds. Like, you can go work in this random spot in the company you are currently working for, but also, like, in the most HR appropriate way possible, I am going to go work at Motorola up in Chicago, and you should definitely come work for me.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And I was like, oh, Motorola. They're making, like, the new Android watches that I hear are going to be great, and nothing is ever going to go bad with Android Wear. And it's like, they're doing some good smartphones, like, I had one of those Motorola X's or whatever, and
crushed red pepper, that'll go well with broccoli.
Ooh, that would. And I'm like, that sounds like a slightly tempting deal, but A, I really love living in Austin, and B, oh my god, Chicago is so cold. And I was like mulling it over, and then he's like, by the way, I know I said Motorola, but it's not Motorola. They split into 2 companies a while ago, so it is the Motorola that does like radios for police cars and not the Motorola that's doing cool wearable technology and smartphones.
The Motorola is on a downhill trajectory.
He's like, I'm with the legacy Motorola Black. There's like Motorola Blue that's doing a bunch of interesting stuff. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna pass on this one. And then like
the cold is not worth it.
Yeah, and then a year later, the good Motorola got acquired by Lenovo anyways. And I'm like, dodge that bullet.
Chicago would make fun of you for thinking it's cold today. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
We went and watched Andrew's sister run the Chicago Marathon in early September.
All right, so this broccoli and shallot and the garlic bread is going to go into the oven. How long? It's going to be 8 minutes.
Sounds good.
So if you could set an 8-minute timer for me, Stuart.
Of course. And when we were up in Chicago in early September, we were just like, this is such an amazing, nice city. Like, why haven't we been to Chicago before? And then you'd go into a Starbucks and you'd be like, wait, why does this Starbucks have a revolving door at the front of it?
Is it because it's super fancy?
And like, you'd go into like the most downscale sandwich shop and it would still have revolving door out front, and you're like, oh, it gets really cold in the fall here, huh?
Yeah, trying to keep the heat in.
Oh no. Yeah.